Hello everyone. I debated about making a video today because I am just in a pissy mood. I'm just in such a mood and it's over something just really, well, it feels random, but actually it's not. It's something I had to think about eventually. I actually had to journal about it today because I was just so caught in my brain about it. And it's just basically, I started reading this apparently, unbeknownst to me when I first started reading it, this very controversial manhwa, I believe that's how you pronounce it, Korean comic. And I was unaware of the controversy about it until until I mentioned it on my Tumblr that I was reading it, and I got a message stating that I was being unfollowed because that of reasons involving that comic. And ever since then, I've just been kind of like caught in my brain about it. Not only because it felt kind of weirdly like heartbreaking to lose this follower, but it happens, and it happens every day. I probably lose followers all the time, I just never notice. But also, like, it brought to mind my story, basically. And I think that's part of the problem of, like, this story, and it's even by people who have not read it. This story and the author of the story are so hated, and it really just made me afraid, I guess, of writing my story. And it's not because my story is equally controversial, because it's not. It's a different subject matter, but I have characters that may affect some people some sort of way, or you never know, like it could come out to be a controversial story. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of all the details right now. What I could say is could be offensive. I have no idea yet until I actually get all the details and down. So I guess basically that aside, I've just been scared to write my story. Like, this sudden fear rose up, and it's something I really hadn't given much thought to before. And I know that you shouldn't care about that. You should just create what you want to create and just let it organically be out there and have whatever happens happen and just do your thing. But like, if you're a person who doesn't want to be hated, that's just ugh. And also, not only do I not want to be hated in a way, I don't want people to not want to read my story. That would also frustrate me. I'd rather people read it and make an honest opinion about it versus, listening to someone else's opinion on it and then going with the flow of the conversation. And I don't know, it really got to me, and it's just been stuck in my brain, I guess, so much that not only did I have to journal it out of my brain, but then I had to just spend the first bit of this video talking about it. But being that I do want to talk about my writing more, I might as well, do it. But I don't know, I had a sudden fear rise up, and it's been frustrating because I don't like that feeling. And though it's only been a handful of days that I felt this way, it's just really big. It's a really big thought. And I don't want it. I don't want it at all. I don't want to be afraid to write my story. I don't want to tiptoe around. I just want to write it, put everything out there, and you never know. As I'm writing, I'm like, ooh, I don't like that. That's too much. That's too little, or that's not necessary, etc., etc. The editing, But at the same time, it could be anything. And now I'm just I don't know, I'm frustrated. I'm very frustrated. Especially because in the message, I felt like I was being called homophobic, and that bothered me so much, especially as a woman who is bisexual. I just was like, oh, that really bothered me. And I'm like, I'm so not, and I so know reality from fiction. I'll stop. Sorry, but it was really frustrating, and it made me really sad, and I have cried over it because that's just how my brain is right now. There's a lot going on, and with a lot going on, it makes small things much bigger. And I know that's kind of what I'm doing now, but also, writing is important to me, and I really want something good to come out of it, and I want people to like it. And I know not everyone will like it because that's just the subject matter that I've chosen. It's not like it's niche or anything, but it's not, it won't be a universally loved thing I produce. But I still I just want it to be mostly liked, I guess. But I don't know. I'm going to keep thinking on that more and really get that out of my brain. I just think I just need to really wind it out of my brain, probably slower than I would want, but that's probably just what's going to end up happening. So all day today, I've been kind of like wrestling with that, especially since I had some downtime at work. So my brain just kept wandering to it. I'm like, will you stop? But I get home and I got the wig pieces I wanted to try for Alia that I talked about in my last video, about trying to take like a ponytail that you stick on the back of your head and make it a wig. And I took a chance because the place I found online was cheap, and I for a little bit there had a couple spare bucks, and I was like, let me just give it a try. I could possibly return the items. Well, one I now can't return because I was like, let me try something, and I messed it up. But neither of them work. And that's actually really frustrating, though. There's a chance I might get one to work. I may have to trim it down. I'm just afraid to, so we'll see. So I'll show you the one that definitely doesn't work, and it breaks my heart because this is the one that I wanted to work, and it's this one. It does not work. Now, I wish it did, because the reason why I got it is I loved the curl pattern of it, but where this headband is just all the stocking. Let me take the headband off. I was trying something before I started recording. So let me take the headband off and show you what the problem is. That's the problem. You see all of that? They didn't sew the hair up to the edge like they're supposed to. I've actually never, I used to wear these like all the time. In fact, I used to love wearing them. They were so much fun. But the ones I had always were sewn to the edge. I didn't know there was a different sort. And I guess, in a way this stuff definitely makes sense, because when you're putting it around a bun, I mean, this part won't necessarily matter. But I really wanted it to be, because now, like, it doesn't look right. And I even tried putting it over her ears. Let me try that again for you. And it just looks like she's wearing like yeah. I mean, wouldn't it have been so cute? And it still sort of works in a way. I kind of want to try something, especially since this one I can't return. I took the combs out because I thought maybe I could fold this under, so that the hairline would move down, but I can't. So I may try to sew it under. I mean, that is an idea, but yeah, it didn't work out the way I wanted to. And it's kind of, it really bummed me out, especially, since my brain is all in a different mindset right now. So that one didn't work. And by the way, the idea for this is from Citrus on Tumblr. So I bet a whole bunch of people were probably yelling at me that it was Citrus, but and that's Cktreess, and I love her. I don't know if their gender, so I'll say I love them. Sorry. And then I got another one. Now the problem with this one is, look how big it is. I didn't realize it was this big. I should have paid more attention, but then again, there wasn't really sizes stated on the website. Now this one actually does have the hair sewn to where I would like it, but it's so big. Like, kablam. It's so big. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It's too big. Like, I feel like if it was, even if it was like supposed to be like voluminous, I feel like it's even too big to do that. But it's so, I love the color and I love the style of it, but it would need to be at least a little smaller. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it, because the problem is even if I do decide to cut this, it will cut all of the red off of it. And that's the part I'm really liking about it. I'm really liking this red color. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to start cutting at it and then all the red part is gone. I'd rather keep it. And since this one still has the combs in it, I could even wear this, which is fine. The other one will just have to be waist, I guess, unless I can try and sew it. But I really do like this color, so I'm trying to figure out what to do next. I'm trying to figure out if I want to try again, make it myself, like make something myself, or just go ahead and get the Monique wig. I'm thinking go ahead and get the Monique wig, but I'm honestly going to give it some real thought, because the Monique wig does not come in this color, and I'm really digging it a lot, like way too much. But at the same time, I don't want to fail again. And I definitely am not going to order online again, because that is too much of a hassle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I guess I'm going to try one more time, but in an actual black hair store. I'm going to go there and actually pick up something so I can actually return it physically. And then go from there, because honestly, I'm not giving up on this girl yet. I have an idea in mind. I want to see it through. So for now, this is a failure. So I have to wait and see what to do next and go from there. I do want to work on her outfit, but honestly, with having to pack and everything, I don't know if I'll get to that. And that's unfortunate, because that means I may have to wait till middle of June, middle of May, early June to even begin to start on her outfit. But that may be how it is, because I do have to move. And I do have to pack and sort through all my stuff. Right now I have a lot of stuff in my craft room, and it's a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. I don't know. I definitely don't want to take all of this with me. So I don't know what to do. So we'll see. If for any reason I come across anything like doll related, or even just like craft related that I think is worth anything, I will put it up for a video. Maybe I can sell some stuff. Maybe I can just give some stuff away, but we'll see. But with my life in the flux that is in, I have no idea if I'll get to sewing. So I definitely want to focus more on the thing where I don't have to do anything, which is the wig. So if I could find something where I don't have to do anything, I would really appreciate it. So we'll see. And I really like this color in there. And what's so funny is if it was like flatter on top, like if I could just shorten this a little bit but keep the red, I'd love it, because like who cares? Like if she has a lot of hair on the side, I don't mind that. It's just the height. And I know if I get down in there with doing, like, getting rid of some of the hair, yeah, it'll just turn black from there because they just did the ends. Because I guess that's just all you see. So, you know, not the best, but I guess at least this one won't go to waste. So that's something. So anyway, thank you so much if you watched and you're following me on this Alia journey. And sorry for talking your ear off in the beginning. I don't know, I had to get that out. And writing is so important to me, and I want to be a writer. Like, I watched this video recently, and I can't remember the writer who created it. But she was basically like, if you want to be a writer, you have to write. And if you are not writing, you have to figure out that's what you want to be. And she was actually harsher than that. But it really got to me. And I was like, I have to put my ass in gear here. I've been wanting to write this story for, it has to have been 10 years easy. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was 15. I would not be surprised at all. This story started from a strange vampire drug to what it is now, which is completely different, but surprisingly has some similar themes. But I don't want to not tell my story. So I guess me ranting at the beginning is me trying to figure out, like, I don't want to not write it, and but I want to be free to write it, to write it the way I want. And I don't know, it's just all caught up in my brain. And thank you very much if you sat through that. And continue to follow me on this hot mess journey, as I should call it. And I very much appreciate it. So thank you so much. And I hope you're having a great day. And thank you.